All right, we are live. I love it. Very bold radio and podcast. I need new words today instead of fired up and excited. I've been doing that every recording. It's kind of become a thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm fired up, I'm excited, yes. But what other words could I throw in today?
I like psyched. Like,
I'm psyched.
We're psyched, ready to go.
I'm so psyched.
I know. I've been using like psyched and epic and sick in my vocabulary a lot lately.
You have?
So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
They're all coming back. It's
They're
awesome.
all coming back. So they went away for a little while.
It became like slay and all that for a while, which I was never one of those, like, the slay people. But
The slay people.
I'm like, oh, that's epic.
Okay,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
psyched for this.
All right, so
we're
epic
psyched
is
today.
back and
Yes.
psyched is back. All right,
Absolutely.
this is epic.
It's
We're gonna
wicked,
have
like all that
yeah.
stuff.
Okay. All right, man. All right. I'm glad to hear they're back. That's a good thing. All right, we're already having vocabulary lessons. We're talking about, your Mama Rotzi is in the studio.
Yes, she is.
What else did we talk about? We might talk about haircuts today, which is crazy.
Haircuts are awesome.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to talk about, I've already confessed to you, I failed you in something. We'll get back to that later. You're very gracious, and the juxtaposition of you like committing to a goal and getting it done, and me on the other side committing to a goal and having several years to complete it and not getting it done, it's a little striking. It's not epic.
You're all good.
I guess we could, did we call it an epic fail? Maybe we do, maybe we don't.
Nice one.
Nice one. Anyway, we're going to have a great time. This is Gabriella Graves. It's hard for me to say that, but I
call
keep
me
seeing
Gabi.
Gabrielle. I'm going to, but
That's my professional, like, all on streaming services.
Yeah.
And for acting's sake, it's Gabriella. But
yeah.
to everyone, when I'm actually like talking to
Yeah.
people, I go by Gabi. No one really calls me Gabriella.
Okay, but if somebody's like looking for you online,
Yeah,
they're
if
going to
you're-
look for Gabriella Graves. Okay.
If you look me up, on Google or anything, it'll be there. On Spotify, on all streaming platforms, I'll come up as Gabriella. But then on Instagram is the only place where I am Gabi Graves. So that'll be my Instagram handle.
What's the scoop there? Like, is that just, that's not for fans? That's just your
No,
personal
it's-
friends?
No, that's my like public page is Gabi Graves.
Okay,
And
all right.
I don't know why. That was just the one that we did, and it's
Okay.
kind of stuck. Everywhere else, it'll be Gabriella Graves or Gabriella T Graves. So
Yeah,
got the middle
okay.
initial in there, all that.
All that. All right. There's other things to talk about, including like your vintage dress. This is amazing.
Yes, thank you.
We're going to talk about that. That's going to come back around. But I want to tell people like the main reason why we're here today. First of all, it's always fun to interview you. I don't know how many times I've interviewed you now. Do you have any guess? I need to go
3,
back.
4?
I'm thinking possibly like 5, maybe. Yeah.
I was thinking of the first one years ago.
Yeah.
When we were here. That was really fun. It
Okay.
crazy.
Was that with your mom and dad? Would you remember that?
I think we did part of it with them and then part of it with just us. 'Cause I remember talking about blutterflies. Do you remember this?
yes, of course.
Like that was the whole
Of
thing
course.
that I remembered.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. Yes, we were speaking in the moment, butterflies, but instead it came out.
Blutterflies.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's
And we
random memory.
predict it'll be a children's book that you write someday, possibly.
Maybe.
God
may
has
come.
put a lot of things on your heart. Okay, here's what we're talking about, though. I don't want to stress Michelle out. She's like, man,
She's
y'all
good,
just
she's good.
y'all just talked for 3 minutes, and you just did a TV show, did a 3-minute interview, and you hit every point, and we haven't hit the point once. Here's the deal: she is a super gifted songwriter and singer. You have an incredible voice.
Thank you.
And now you're starting to share that you're a songwriter who's very gifted. I have it on really good authority. I have some friends that are really like longtime musicians, and they know the music world of music. I'll just cut that out of Facebook. Butterflies, blutterfly. Anyway, and they have told me that you are a very gifted songwriter. So yeah, so I'm excited. And today coming up, you're going to play one of your original songs for us, which is really cool. And then one of the other big points I want people to know that are tuning in right now is tomorrow. Tell us about tomorrow. What is it?
Yeah, so tomorrow at Ambassador's Coffee from 2 to 4 p.m., I will be holding an album release party. So I am not releasing all of my songs at one time. I will be releasing 5 original songs throughout 2024. One will be releasing every 2 months, and then October will be the last one for now. But tomorrow I'm holding a release party that will also be a fundraiser for my family's nonprofit, I Am Courageous. But I'll be playing all 5 songs and talking a little bit about them and like the stories behind them, how I wrote them, why I wrote them, all the stuff. But
okay, time out. So if people want to hear all 5 songs, like tomorrow it's the place to be, Ambassador
tomorrow
Coffee.
is the place. Yep.
Because otherwise you're going to have to wait every couple of months or whatever.
Every 2 months on the 18th. So.
Oh, the 18th?
Yeah,
because it's your 18th birthday.
Exactly. I kept it on the 18th birthday for this year. I turned 18 on February 18th, which was awesome.
Oh,
it was the golden birthday thing.
Pretty slow. Didn't put that together. Okay, yeah.
And then I'll be releasing one April 18th, June 18th, August 18th, and October 18th. I think I counted months right. That should be correct. Yeah, I get the thumbs up from over there. We're good.
From over there. I love it. All right. For people, we're going to talk much more about the music, and I want people to come tomorrow to Ambassador Coffee, and that's over 1604 in I-10 area. It's easy to look up on Google. It's there. Yeah. And I want to ask you, we're going to ask you about some of the songs, but I don't want you don't have to give away everything if you want them to show up tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's so cool, like, that you're going to be playing all 5 songs. I'm really excited about that.
I'm excited too. It's going to be really cool.
Okay. All right. Yeah, tell me.
If y'all can't come out physically, I will be doing a live on my Instagram, so people can listen from no matter where you are. If you can't make it out, or if you're not in Texas, you can listen, tune in to my live, which will be on my Instagram, which is Gabi Graves on Instagram.
All right, let's try. We're back maybe for part 2, or maybe it's just continued there. But we're going to try this, and we hope that our Facebook audience is hanging in there for us. We're talking again to Gabriella Graves, a.k.a. Gabi Graves, and we are recording this on the 23rd. I want to point out for our radio listeners, and her album release party is February 24th. This is pre-recorded for radio, so it's going to air later, but if you're on Facebook Live, the place to be tomorrow, 2 to 4 p.m. It's February 24th, 2 to 4 p.m. We got 18s in there. We got all these numbers that really line up. You don't want to miss it. She is going to be playing her 5 songs that will not yet be released throughout the year. Talk to us about the idea of releasing it throughout the year.
Well, it wasn't.
Is it practical or
really
was it creative?
Wasn't a planned thing.
Okay.
It was I really want the production on these to be the best they can, and I didn't want to rush them.
Good idea.
Because these are really, really special to me. It's my first original music, and most of them are experiences that I've gone through and written songs about.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted it to be the best that it could be, and exactly how I heard it in my head. So we thought, don't force it all to be out on my 18th birthday. We're going to take a step back and make it's also a little bit of marketing fun, because then it makes people want to wait and then come back in 2 months to hear the next song.
Yeah,
and so I get to make all the fun videos to put on Instagram and everything of here's some teasers of my next song. And one of my favorites is, if my song was a food, here's what it would be. So kind of giving the feel for the song in food form.
If my song was a food, tell us about that. Come on, that's great.
The first song that I've released is called Grow Up.
Yeah, I like it. I've heard it a couple of times. I really like it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's one that that was, I think, the fastest song I've ever written, because I was thinking about getting older and turning 18 and becoming an adult, and how crazy and scary and exciting that is, and kind of wanting to go back to that innocent, beautiful, childhood days.
Yeah.
So I was just hanging out in my room and picked up the guitar, and in about 30 minutes, I wrote this song.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. And I went out and I was like, hey, Mom and Dad, can I play y'all something?
No way.
I think I wrote this. And I played it for them, and I looked up, and both of them are just crying. They're just sobbing. And I was like, well, I think it's a good song. So, but that one if my song was a food, because it's all about childhood and the innocence and fun of it, I wanted to do some of my childhood favorite foods, comfort foods. So I did Kraft mac and cheese, hot dogs, Kool-Aid, and then chocolate ice cream with sprinkles, because that's that reminds me of childhood and just curling up and watching Tinkerbell, which was my favorite movie when I was little. So
love it, just
the happiness of that. But.
Yeah, that is really sweet. All right, I know maybe in a few minutes we'll have you play your song, and then we'll talk about some of the rest of the songs, if you don't mind, at least
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'd love to.
Okay,
Share a little
awesome.
bit of sneak peeks.
Okay, yeah. And you've had a big day, by the way. I'm all over the map right now, but you've had a big day. Like, I didn't know you were going to do TV. You did 2 different TV shows in San Antonio. How was that? How did that go?
That's so
kind of
much fun.
cool. Yeah.
It was crazy. I know today I feel so like professional. Like it's my press day today. I get to go around all the different places. It's so much fun. I loved it. The interviews are fast and furious. But it was wonderful getting to just share a little bit about my story and my music. And I did learn that at the studio that I was at, apparently Taylor Swift had come through when she was 15 years old and had done an interview. And I was like, I'm walking the halls that one of my inspirations walked. This is so cool. But it was really fun.
Yeah, that is great. Oh, my gosh. All right. Man, yeah, so many things to ask you, so many things that I'm just thinking right now. I want to remind people, you know, when people are like, wait, you've interviewed her like 4 or 5 times, we'll go back and get an official count. This goes back many years because I want people who are like, I know some of them are like, okay, I know this girl. And then some of them have been along the journey like from day one. And so they're like, yeah, we know Steve. But you are also not just a singer-songwriter. You are, for lack of a better word, Hollywood actress. Like, you've been in series, Disney, Amazon, Netflix, all of it, right?
Yes, sir.
So just for, yes, sir. She didn't say Steve.
I haven't said that in ages.
Oh, my gosh.
I know, gummy bears.
We got to bring it back. Come on. So anyway, can you just tell us real quick, is that kind of right now sort of on the back burner? Are you doing that still? Acting? Okay, what can you tell us about that? Give us an update there.
So the industry is very quiet right now.
Okay.
After everything.
The writer's strike.
Yeah, the writer's strike and the actor's strike. Like, there was so much going on last year. And the auditions are surprisingly quiet. It's like everything is starting to pick back up.
Okay.
But I'm still auditioning. I'm still very much in the acting industry, and that is what I want to continue in the future. That's actually my plan is to finish my business administration associate's degree this December. So
my goodness, girl.
Yeah, I'll be graduating from San Antonio College.
You just turned 18.
I did.
You know that, right? Okay.
I did. I know.
Okay.
But
I was like in college at 18, just barely in college.
It's crazy, everything that's going on. But I want to get my business degree so that I can learn the production side. But I wanted to know budgeting and reading contracts, and how do I go through all this stuff, because that's not stuff that you typically learn if you get a film degree, which I would love to do. But I decided to go for the business side, and then if I don't think I ever will, but if I ever stop acting or get out of the industry, I'll have a degree that I can use other things for, which I can go into marketing or social media or any other thing.
Right. So your idea, your vision is just to, understand it all, understand the facets behind the camera, in front of the camera, the writing, the acting, the directing, and the business side of it too.
Yeah, I want to,
oh my gosh.
In the future, my goal is to become a producer as well as an actor, and hopefully maybe a director, a creative on the behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, because I want to create content that is wholesome and encouraging and stuff that the whole family can watch without being afraid of what might pop up on screen next.
Right.
But still has a good message while being interesting and cool. I loved Narnia when I was little.
Yeah.
And because it was such a magical, fantastical story with some scary parts, some light, fun parts, but it still had a sweet, clean message under it.
Yeah.
And had Christianity under it, which I loved.
Yeah.
And I just want to create wholesome content that everyone can watch. And that's what I try to do with my music as well, is entertain and tell stories that they're my personal experiences, and people might not have gone through the exact same thing, but everyone knows the same feelings. So with my stories, I want to show the good and the bad, the ups and the downs. And I know that there are good times and bad times that you go through, but you go through it, and it's not like you have to sit in this one place. And I think my music has helped me go through some stuff where I'll go through a moment in time, and I feel a certain way, and I go and start writing something, and I realize, oh, wait, this is just a period in my life, and I can continue on from that, whether that be good or bad. But that's what I try to tell with my music and what I want to do with other entertainment and movies and shows in the future.
So music is, in that way, songwriting is like a therapy for you. It's therapeutic for you as you express and you work through feelings, and then it's therapeutic for the listeners because we're going to relate to it and go through it with you.
Yeah, I do joke, though, if you are friends with a singer or singer-songwriter, you have to be careful because they're going to write a song about you, whether it's good or bad. You're going to end up in a song someday.
Right.
So multiple of my songs are connected to my life. I'll say that.
So some of those might be something that was really hard, but then some of those might be something that's positive.
Yeah. Yeah, so, like Grow Up it's sweet and wistful about like getting older and holding on to your childhood. And then one of my other ones is kind of a message to my friend saying that I will always be there for you no matter what.
Okay.
It's very sweet because she was going through some stuff and kind of confided in me. And I needed a way to remind her, like, I'll always be here. You are enough. So I wrote a song for her.
Yeah. What does she think about the song? Like,
she loved
knows?
it.
Okay.
She knows. And she loved it.
Right.
I named the song differently. I changed the name of it to respect her privacy. But it is a very important
song. That was
to
very Taylor Swift of you.
Yeah.
I'm sure to change that up.
Oh, I have all of my songs. She is one of my influences.
Sure.
In Grow Up, like the style, each of the 5 songs that I'm releasing kind of has its own genre, basically.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have, the first one is kind of Americana, early Taylor Swift, a little bit of country, and then I have...
Good descriptions.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And then I have like soft pop, and then folksy, indie kind of vibes, very acoustic.
Yeah.
And then it goes to pop rock, which is really fun, which I think is one of my favorite songs I've written.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then like Renaissance feel.
Okay.
But,
All right. I think it's time to go ahead and introduce us to Grow Up.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
I would love that.
All right.
That'd be awesome.
Okay. Let's see if we can make this happen. Do you need some help?
I should be good.
Okay. I should be good.
I should know my own
Michelle's
chords.
coming over to make it happen. Sorry if I threw you off, but we've been talking about this music, and I'm like, I want to make sure our radio show listeners hear this.
I'm going to make sure I don't
as well as Facebook. Mark, are we getting the right color on the broadcast right now from what you can tell? Okay, awesome. We got the marksman doing his thing. Thank you so much. He's the one picking all the shots you're seeing. And the graphics that I've put in there, then he's throwing up, doing a great job. All right, how do you feel? You ready?
I feel good.
Okay.
Let's do this.
All right, let's do this thing.
I should know my own song, but I have my chords here in case I don't, so we'll see how it goes.
No judgment here.
We all good?
We're good. Let's do. Oh, do you want? We'll give you like some applause. Like, and now, Gabi Graves with "Grow Up." Let's hear it, studio audience. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Thank you. There was a time when we would close our eyes and the whole world would disappear. We would be in a world of fantasy. We could see it oh so clear. We would fly through a sky, riding stars through the night, reigning over a kingdom so grand. We would dance in the meadow, sing songs in the sun, in our own imaginary land. Oh, why do we grow up? Why do we lock those worlds away? If I could go back to that little girl, I'd say, you're beautiful. Don't let them change who you are. With your brilliant mind, stories inside, you're gonna go far. So listen when I say, never, never. What the heck is going on? Sorry, guys.
It's sounding beautiful. It's amazing.
Let's try that again.
Okay, I love
it. So listen when I say, there it is. Never grow up, even when you grow up someday. Time passes in such fast flashes. Now it's college in the fall. Look in the mirror, the past is so much clearer. Life is coming like a fastball. but I'll swing for the fence, give it all that I've got, following dreams so grand, with my head in the clouds and my feet on the ground, in my own imaginary land. Oh, why do we grow up? Why do we lock those worlds away? If I could go back to that little girl, I'd say, you're beautiful. Don't let them change who you are. With your brilliant mind, stars in your eyes, you're gonna go far. So listen when I say, never grow up, even when you grow up someday. I still remember when I was 5 years old, dancing around the kitchen in a crown, singing Let It Go. If I'm being honest, not too much has changed. I still play a dress up, and now I'm singing on a stage. You're beautiful. Don't let them change who you are. With your brilliant mind, stories inside, you're gonna go far. You're beautiful. Don't let them change who you are. With your brilliant mind, stars in your eyes, you're gonna go far. So listen when I say, never grow up, even when you grow up someday. Never grow up, even when you grow up someday.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Man, I know every time you're hitting some of those notes, it just like, oh, it's so beautiful. I just had to react with every one of them.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's incredible. I love the lyrics and love everything about that song, the melody. It's beautiful. Way to go.
Thank you
oh
so
my
much.
gosh. And that's not even your favorite one?
It's that one and another one. I'm very, very close.
Okay.
But
Do you want to tell us any more about Grow Up? Because my next question is going to be to tell us about this other song that is so close. Anything else about Grow Up? I have a question for you, unless you've got your own thing. But you talked about, like, when you go to produce, like, you want what you hear in your head. Like, when you were writing that song in 30 minutes, could you hear it?
I could hear it all in my head.
Wow.
Yeah. It's, for me, the writing process is very different each and every time. Sometimes it just starts with, I'm playing around on the guitar and I find a couple chords that sound good. Most of my songs, this was actually another weird one because I've written 2 songs on guitar. I usually do not write songs on guitar.
Yeah.
I play piano as well. And so that is the main instrument that I write on because I can go and, like, plunk around and find what I want.
Yeah.
But this one, I just kind of sat down and all of the words started coming out, which usually I'll find a melody that I like or some words will come into my head. I mean, just this morning we were eating breakfast and some lyrics popped into my head and I was like, I'm sorry, I have to go. And I just, like, ran to the office and tried to figure it out on piano. And I have a voice memo now of, like, this tiny little weird chorus that I don't know what I'm going to do with. But these words came into my head and I can already hear, like, a story forming. And I know what I want for this chorus, but I just have to figure out the rest of the story of the song and how that fits in there.
And it just, like, happened. It just came. And
it just popped in. And I was like, ooh, I like this. Wait, don't go away, please.
All right, so if that happens in the interview and I see you bolting out, I'll know what's going on.
I'm sorry, I have to go. I have a song in my head. Yeah.
I love it.
I have a tiny DJ living in there.
Oh, my gosh, that's cute.
There's just a little guy living in my head, and every once in a while he's just like, an idea. And then it's like, no, don't go away. It just goes, and I can't get it back. So
That's really great. Wow, what a great description of that. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Well, let's ask you about this other song that is like so close to Grow Up. Tell us about that. What song is that?
It's called Happily Ever After.
Yeah. Okay.
And, yeah. It's not so happily ever after.
That's what I was wondering.
But this one will be coming out August 18th, so you have to wait a little while to hear the full thing, unless you come tomorrow to the party or tune in on Instagram.
That's right.
But
oh my gosh.
It's interesting.
It's interesting.
It is.
People are amazing, Gabi. That's what I've learned today.
But
yeah, what can you tell us?
Last year I had 2 people that I've known for almost my entire life.
Okay. Oh man, this sounds gut-wrenching. This
stop
sounds
talking
painful.
to me.
Oh man.
Because on one hand, I was doing some things that I shouldn't have been doing, and I had a friend that saw that, got involved, and then didn't say, "Hey, I think you should stop this," or "I think you should get help or do this."
Okay.
Instead, it just kind of just let it be, and it didn't help.
So she was feeling these things, but what you would prefer is she come and share that with you?
I would have preferred a friend to say "Hey, I see how this is affecting you, and this really needs to be stopped. So I can help you in this way." And my friend didn't do that, and so he just kind of was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to talk to you anymore." And I was like,
just kind of ghosted you?
Yeah, exactly. Wrote me and said, "I'm not speaking to you anymore." And I was like, this broke me because this was one of my friends I've known for almost my entire life.
Right.
And then on the other hand, I had a friend, after I'd just gone through this with this other person, I had a friend that I saw that was doing things that were very much harming her. And so I did what I was like, I wish this person would have done this for me.
Wow.
So I went and I tried to get her help. And she turned on me and was like, "How dare you? I'm not speaking to you." So I was caught in the middle on both sides.
Right.
And so I went and I wrote a song about it and was like, losing friendships and having people move on from your life, it is a thing that everyone goes through, no matter what their age.
Right.
And so I decided to write a song about being the author of your own story and people kind of coming in and they'll be in one chapter, but they might not be in the next, and you have to be okay with that. But it was very therapeutic for me because I got to go and just sit down and write out all these feelings. And if I'm being honest, when I first wrote it, I thought Mom was going to be like, "This is a little too harsh. You need to tone this down a little bit." And she came in and she was like, "This is amazing. Keep writing." And I was like, "Yeah."
Okay. Oh man.
Yeah, it's a good one, and that one's my kind of pop rock. So
interesting.
It's tough. It has a lot of fairy tale and nursery rhyme analogies in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Which are really fun because I'm a huge bookworm. So it's very therapeutic and strong, and a good one to scream in the car if you ever need.
A good one to scream in the car. Oh my gosh. I want to be at Ambassador's Coffee so bad. I want to hear this song. I know I could do it on Instagram. I get it. Sorry, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you have a few lyrics you could read from that song, or are you just in your head? You've been sharing some of it.
Yeah. I can give you a little sneak peek.
Little sneak peek?
A little tiny sneak peek.
Okay.
Well, the first lyric is,
"Yeah,
I'm done pretending this is my happily ever after," which is, I love that because it's I'm tired of letting you control the narrative, and I'm kind of taking it back. But the little chorusy part is, "This is my story. You're not the hero in it. You led me up that hill, then tumbled down with one hit. You've got a lot to learn. I'll wear my broken crown. Try to turn the page on me. No, you can't keep me down." So the chorus is inspired by Jack and Jill with the up the hill and the broken crown.
Oh, come on.
But I wanted the broken crown to be a princess or a queen crown.
Yeah,
so it's it's broken, but it's still mine, and you can't take it away. So
powerful.
Yeah, it's really, really satisfying. So.
That's really, really satisfying.
It's fun.
All right. Is that something those kind of ex-friends, they'll follow you, they're gonna know this is about me, or don't know?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish they would,
Okay.
Part of me kind of wants to send it to them when it comes out.
Oh,
but
gosh.
No, that would be very petty, and I am not going to do that. I won't.
You and I are both looking at your mom to see like her wisdom at that time. Yeah,
I know that's not something I would do, but part of me really wants them to hear it, and the other part of me doesn't ever want them to hear it. Because this is like my personal feelings,
right.
And I want other people to, because I know I've talked to people and they've gone through the same thing. So I want this to be an encouragement. It doesn't have to be a jab to the people that hurt me.
Yeah.
It's good. Meant to be an encouragement to those who've gone through the same thing, who understand it. So
that was a good pivot.
Yeah, thank you.
That was a good pivot. Wow, that was really good. I like that.
I'm not the petty mean person, I promise.
All right. Just hearing that just tells me we need to hear a little bit more of another song. I mean, you've got 3 others, so which one would you talk to us a little bit about? I love this.
Thank you. Well, I have the 3 from life experiences, and then I have 2 that are based off of my love of books and fiction. And also a little bit of, both of them are very romantic, but one of them is the story of Pride and Prejudice, which is one of my all-time favorite books.
Wow.
But that one, I really liked it because I wrote it on piano, but I have like the lyre and strings and like harps and stomps and claps in it, so it sounds like you're in a ballroom.
Wow.
But that one, I tell the story of Pride and Prejudice through Elizabeth Bennet's eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Which is really fun.
Oh man, that is so creative. Wow.
And I use quotes from the book, which is great. And then the one that'll be coming out in April, if y'all want to stay tuned, is called When I'm With You and is based off of 2 of my favorite fictional romances, Ron and Hermione from Harry Potter, and then Peter and Gwen from The Amazing Spider-Man. And just kind of talks about falling in love and having that safe place person.
Okay. What style is that one in, would you say?
That one's a very soft pop. Like it's gentle. It's kind of a pop ballad, I guess I could say.
Okay. But, all right. All right. Is there a 5th song? Did I lose track? Is there a 5th one? Was that 5?
Yeah, the April song that I'd written for my friend who was going through the hard time and wrote her a song reminding her.
Right. Okay. All right. This is really exciting. So I'll give you another minute just for anything else you want to share. But I just want to remind people, if you're just tuning in, man, what a talented artist. And she's a talented actress, and she's going to be a talented director, and she's going to be whatever she decides to be. It's just amazing. I'm thinking about all the things we didn't talk about. Haircuts, your vintage dress.
Your book.
My book. All right. Here's my confession. My gosh. Yes, I do need to confess this. I did off mic many years ago, and it's the reason.
How many years ago?
Last year. It was like last September, wasn't it? Many years ago. I wrote a book, and we put up the board behind me. It's Joe Angel, The Guardian Games, Book 1. And it incorporates baseball and incorporates angels and things like that.
But he said book 1. Do you hear?
Yes.
Book 1.
Yes, it is true. It is true. So the marksman has lost it. So we had a little deal, and I did not. I apologize for not completing my part of the bargain. And you adjusted it for me because you said at one point, I'm like, I have some other things I'm working on, but maybe I probably didn't say maybe. I'll finish it by your graduation from high school. And then you graduated like when you were 13. Just
16.
kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah,
16.
Close enough.
Close enough. And then you're like, okay, here's the deal. My 18th birthday. Did that get me finishing the book? No. So I apologize. And I told you off air in the order of books that I need to write. I think, unfortunately, it's really down about number 4, number 5.
All good.
So
no worries.
all good.
Just before we die someday. How's
before
that?
we die
just
someday.
At some point. You can't just leave me hanging just with book 1 that never finishes.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'm not going to make any more promises to Gabi. No more promises. But yes, I have back then, because that came out a long time ago, I have written rough draft for book 2 and book 3. Very rough. I could not even really share it with you yet. And now there's just different experiences that need to shape that book a little bit differently. So that is going to be tricky to figure out. So anyway, but that's my confession. You got your vintage, beautiful dress on. Haircuts, anything about haircuts before we close it down? You said you could talk about haircuts. I got my haircut. I'm feeling good.
They make me so happy.
They make me so happy.
I really love short hair, and so as soon as it barely gets a little bit longer, if it like starts passing my chin, I'm like, nope, chop it off. I want it as short as I can go. if it touches my shoulders, I'm slicing.
Why
that off.
is that? I mean, just your preference.
I don't know.
Why is that?
I've always had short hair, and so
Okay.
I think on one hand it's something I'm familiar with, but on the other hand it's just like a sensory. Like I don't like it touching my shoulders. I don't like it on my neck. It feels too hot.
Right.
And it also just it doesn't feel like me anymore.
Yeah.
With my short hair, it just feels like my personality, and I can make it funky and weird, and it stands out. So it's like, I mean, I have a checkered flowered dress on that's vintage,
that is
so it
awesome.
just I like the unique aspect of it and how like funky it is.
Yeah,
but.
Tell us a little bit about this find at the. I mean, this is an amazing dress. Where did you find this?
I found it at just an old thrift store in LA.
In LA,
yeah, it was like $15, just kind of going around the racks, like 15 and 20. And
yeah,
I love it.
Okay,
we saw it and we're like, does it fit? I went and tried it on. It fit perfectly. So I was like, yes, I love thrift shopping. It's
what are you
awesome.
wearing tomorrow for the?
Tomorrow I have a
very
cool outfit. I have a hot pink, again, like kind of crushed velvet, like suit jacket looking thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be really cool.
Okay. All right.
If y'all want to come or tune in, you can find out.
That's right. All right. And you'll be playing like all 5 songs.
All 5 songs, telling more about the stories. I gave a little bit of preview. But it'll be all 5 songs tomorrow. It'll be the fundraiser at Ambassador's Coffee. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the fundraising part of it, please. Yeah.
So every year for my birthday, I have done a fundraiser for my family's nonprofit, I Am Courageous, where I know we've talked a little bit. I know we've talked a little bit about it before.
Right.
But our mission is to create uplifting entertainment for children facing serious health challenges.
Yeah.
And so that's always been an inspiration for me because I've seen how much music impacts people.
Right.
And can impact mood and really encourage people when they're feeling down. So that's what I try to do with my music is share and encourage and entertain. But our fundraiser tomorrow is we'll have like snacks and stuff for donation, but it's also going to be the release party and kind of 18th birthday celebration, like all encompassed into one. But it'll be a lot of fun. So if y'all want to come, stop by. It'll be from 2 to 4 p.m., but then I'll be playing from about 2:30 to 3:30 is when it's going to be. All
right. This is really good to know because we might have to, that's good to know. 2:30 to 3:30. Yeah. What else? Who's your band?
I forgot.
Who's your band?
Whoa.
Yes.
Yes.
I was going to ask your mom.
Chord at myself. I do. I'm very excited that my dad's high school band, Wholehearted, is making a comeback and having a reunion for my release party.
What?
So I have my dad, my uncle, and one of my dad's close friends who's actually helping produce my music, Matt Nolan.
Wow.
And they're all going to be there. So if you know Wholehearted from high school, you should also stop by and see the band reunion.
How cool is that?
I got me in the dad band. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. I love it. All right. Well, that's Gabi Graves. I didn't even get to mention just that, your heart is so big for these children that are facing serious illnesses and challenges. That's how your family is, and that I know your mom will remember how old you were when you're like, for my birthday, I don't want presents for me. We're going to give presents. 4 years old. 4 years old. I mean, that's just who you are, and you've continued that ever since. Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. So we just love your heart, and I mean, it's one thing to be like a gifted songwriter and a gifted singer and to be all these other things, actress and all the things that you do, writing and all of that. That's amazing. That's really cool. But to have that heart to help others, I mean, is just incredible. So I want to invite people I know you're getting the experience on Facebook, but I want to invite you to come out to Ambassador Coffee tomorrow. Again, it's around 1604 Northwest Military, 1604 I-10, around that area. Over almost to La Cantera. Not quite, but you're going to want to get to know Gabi better, and you're going to get to hear her 5 songs. That's really cool. Yeah. But she has such a great heart, and we just want to continue to be in your corner, and people that are just learning about you get to be from now on. So, anything else?
Yeah, if you can't make it to the release party tomorrow or online and you still want to participate in my 18th birthday fundraiser, I had a goal of $1,800 for my 18th birthday, and we've already raised $1,900, which is amazing. So I've already surpassed the goal, which is incredible. But if you want to join and help support I Am Courageous, you can visit iamcourageous.net/Gabi, Gabi, all lowercase. And you can find the donations there. And I also have some cool merch for sale of my songs. So
I love it.
That's up there as well.
You'll have merch tomorrow too, did you say?
Yes.
So I think you did.
I have 2 really cool t-shirts. One is Happily Ever After. The other one's Grow Up. And then I have some pretty cool hats for sale as well.
Oh, nice.
So.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's Gabriella, or Gabi Graves, as we know her, and want to see you out there tomorrow, Saturday, 2 to 4 at Ambassador Coffee. It's going to be amazing, going to be great. Or Instagram, but just so much more fun to be there if you can make it, right?
Absolutely.
All right. We're going to sign off for now. I actually have part 2 of this doubleheader back-to-back. We've got the baseball boys coming in, and they're probably out in the hallway just waiting, right, Scott Munson? We got Aaron Munson and Nathan Detmer are coming in next for a separate episode. But, man, this has just been phenomenal. And thank you for singing.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, my gosh.
This is so much fun, as always. So.
All right. 2 Corinthians 3:12. Therefore, since we have such a hope, we are very bold.
Therefore, since we have such a hope, we are very bold.